Welcome back, Lifers. It's your fam, Natalie
and Nicole.
And today is Free for All Friday. Hey, Free for All Friday.
Hey.
We made it to another weekend. We made it to another. Y'all can't see my legs move. They going like this. Okay. Hey y'all. This is our last Reddit for the month of February. Okay. Maybe once a month. Maybe. Yeah. Okay. Yeah. Hey, how y'all doing? How you been?
Hey, how
you loving? I'm doing great. How you doing?
I'm doing great. I'm sleepy, but I'm good.
I know I'm sleepy. I talked so much junk about Nicole and putting Kai in the crate, and Morgan decides to just.
I slept great.
I did not sleep. Barely slept.
The rain. It makes me tired.
Then Nicole told me that it was icing, and I didn't even know. How's your mental?
My mental is good. I'm at a right now. I'm at a 10. Like I have no.
My mental is good too. I'm not gonna put no number on it anymore. My mental is good. Have you been kind to yourself?
I have. I feel great. Took a shower. Got myself together, and yet here we are. And I'm about to go get these babies done today. My nails. I can see you. How's your have you been kind to yourself?
I have been kind to myself. What you look like that for?
Oh, I thought you was giving me the fingers on mine.
No,
I just saw something move, so I was like,
I'm actually cooking some greens. Some
it smells
greens.
like feet.
It smells good.
It smells great.
Anywho, thank you, Mama, for the greens and for the turkey necks.
Ma, why didn't you give me some greens and turkey necks?
Anywho,
what happened?
It smells like feet, so she don't.
You dropped the ball, Lisa. You dropped the ball.
Thank you. In those beef neck bones that's in there.
I'll be eating some of this tonight.
Who? Who? Okay.
Oh my God.
I cannot. Okay. Am I the asshole for calling my wife cruel for refusing to cook for our neighbor anymore?
What?
One more time. What? Am I the butthole for calling my wife cruel for refusing to cook for our neighbor anymore?
I'm gonna need to hear the story.
Okay.
So I'm already starting off on the wrong foot for me.
Here's the situation. My neighbor's wife was admitted to the hospital 2 weeks ago for a serious health condition. I went to check on my neighbor and was shocked to know that none of the other neighbors helped by offering to come clean his house or cook a hot meal in this freezing cold. I had a meeting with the neighbors and told them shame on them for not stepping up and rushing to help. They fussed about being busy with their own problems. But I told them one day they'll be put in the same situation and will appreciate some help. I asked my wife if she could cook for our neighbor since she's a pretty good cook, and also since I work long hours and sometimes night shifts, so I'm busy most of the time. She agreed and cooked him meals for a week. Then unbeknownst to me, she stopped. Last night I went to check in on my neighbor and he told me my wife hasn't sent him a meal for a while. I was shocked to learn that and quite frankly felt ashamed. I apologized to him and made up some BS excuse on my wife's behalf as to why she couldn't send him any meals. I then went home to ask my wife about it. She just shrugged and said she didn't feel like cooking for him anymore. I was baffled, especially when she said she didn't have to. Well, yes, we don't have to help, but we're morally obligated to. She said she was tired of doing this, but I told her that this was not okay. The man's going through some struggle and his wife is in the hospital and we should help send him one meal per day. Not so hard to do. She said she will no longer be cooking and that's it. I called her cruel for one, stopping to cook without giving any good reason, and two, for being insensitive and inconsiderate toward our struggling neighbor. She said I could cook, but I felt so strongly about it. Oh, she said I can cook if I felt so strongly about it, but she knows why I can't do that. I insisted that she should help with whatever she could since the situation is temporary, and also since I'm also doing my best by offering other ways to help. She said no and went upstairs. The argument kept going with her saying I was out of line to force her to cook, then call her cruel for saying she won't do anymore. I said it's probably just for another week, so not that big of a deal. But she says, I'm the insensitive, inconsiderate one. Am I the butthole here? I don't think I was asking for too much, sorry. Poor guy deserves a hot meal at least once a day, especially with neighbors like that.
Yes, you are the butthole, and you'll be uppercut by me. Because number one, she isn't obligated to cook.
Mm-hmm.
Number two, it isn't your place to go and tell everyone else that, oh, you guys are rude in this sense because you guys didn't help me. We don't know what's going on in other people's houses.
Mm-hmm.
Now, granted, I'm sorry that your neighbor's going through this and that your neighbor's wife is ill and he's having to deal with this, but you cannot judge somebody, the inside of somebody else's home while you're standing on the outside. So who are you to tell them that they are this and they are that? Well, you need to be worried about your home. You worried about your neighbor getting a hot meal. You about to be put on a cot and sleep outside because you want me to cook daily, and in addition to cooking for our home too. And then you didn't say if this woman works or not, which I'm guessing she do because you didn't say she was a stay at home. Excuse me. Like she said, if you feel so strongly about it, first of all, she gave a week. If you feel so strongly about it, baby, then you go over there and you cook a hot meal.
Well, I beg to agree. Because
Girl.
how dare you sit there and like, okay, first of all, you hold a meeting with your other neighbors and you basically boy, go hell. You basically shamed them for being too busy to help out a fellow neighbor. But you just said, she knows I can't do that because I'm busy. Okay, so they're busy too, but shame on them if they're busy, but you're the end all to be all because you're busy. No, that's not fair whatsoever. And like Nicole said, she cooked a week. Normally, people would cook a big meal that would last them for a week. You can go ahead and freeze it, or freeze it, and it'll last for a week.
Yeah.
And that's showing appreciation. That's being in a time of need. But in no way is this woman married to him. I thought she was married to you.
Okay.
And if you feel so strongly about it, then have someone come cook for him. Hire someone then.
Okay.
Why don't you go ahead and have his meals delivered?
I mean, you can do
if
that.
you feel so strong, because you say you're trying to help in other ways, but nowhere in there did you specify what other way are you trying to help besides you going around and telling everybody what they're not doing when you're not doing anything at all. But what you are doing is that, I sound like Phaedra. Look, what you will do what you are doing is that your wife is cooking and you're taking the credit, so you're going back to the other neighbors, telling the other neighbors.
I made up a BS excuse. I made up an excuse.
You didn't. That was on you. No one asked you to.
As soon as my neighbor would, first of all, why is you set that boundary? You
went over
there. You
there.
set that boundary right there when you allowed your neighbor to sit there and say, "Yeah, I don't know what's going on. Your wife has
she ain't cooked for me." And
you should have stopped him right there. Like, hey, look, my wife, she helped out when she could. Did it for a week, but we have to.
We'll see if there's any other things. If possible. Do you want to give me the money or I can show you how to set up an account to have food delivered to your house?
Right.
There was other venues to go, other channels to go through. But that made you were not a United Front. Right, you were not a United Front. And yes, sir, you are the butthole. So like I said, I expect an update with you saying that you have now had food delivered to your neighbor through DoorDash, Uber Eats, Grubhub.
Okay. Instacart, doesn't matter.
Thank you, Instacart. You tried it. Boy, I tell you, the entitlement.
So this one is, am I the butthole for expecting my adult daughter to pay back what she owes me? He's a 48-year-old man. His daughter is 21. Her name is Aria. She abandoned them. Her stepmother...
How old is his daughter?
21.
Okay.
She abandoned us. Her stepmother, younger half-sister, me, when she was 15. How did she abandon y'all when she was 15?
Right. She's a child or not? She's an adult.
To go live with my enabling ex-wife Sandra and her husband. Until then, we had 50-50 custody, but Sandra always been less strict than me. She always let Aria do what she wants and has never had any homeroom that came from Game of Thrones. Well, maybe not for them, but...
That's what it is on Game of Thrones.
She also buys Aria everything she wants, so she will want to live with her. Sandra and Sandra, I don't know. Sandra lives in the same town where Aria's high school was, while I live 25 minutes away. So one of my rules was that if she went to meet with a friend there, meaning if I had to drive her, the next time they meet up, it was her friend's turn to come.
Understandable.
I get that.
Reasonable.
If the friend's parents didn't want to drive the kid there, then Arya wasn't allowed to meet them again while she was with me. Everything was fine that way for years. So he said that, because he had to go in, he had to drive 25 minutes.
Oh, okay.
So, okay, I get that part. So the major fallout happened in her last year of high school. She was 15. She went on a trip to another country with her school and didn't bother to send more than a couple of texts when she was away for 5 days. So I decided to ground her because she had to learn to respect and show some love for her family.
Hold on, wait. She went to another country?
Yeah, he said a trip to another country.
And she didn't send texts except...
She sent a couple texts when she was away.
Oh. Okay, continue, ma'am. Continue, ma'am.
So I decided to ground her because she had to learn to respect and show some love for her family.
What?
She insisted that she had sent messages to her mother, but we had barely heard from her. She's never had a lot of friends, but she had been invited to some popular girl's birthday party. This was my punishment, not going to that party after forgetting about her family. She didn't forget about her family.
She went to
freaking
another
15 years old. She's
She
in
went to another country. She did.
I hope she was living and gaining experiences and being on her phone.
Right. So
Checking
she's
in
supposed
with
to
you.
right. She's supposed to be on her phone 24/7. She sent y'all text.
What?
She sent y'all text messages, but because she communicated, that's the problem.
She communicated with her mama, not him.
More with her mother than with him. That
You
was the
sound
problem.
like a bitter. Okay, anyway, she got upset and started
No,
calling her
maybe
mother
four.
to come pick her up, but it was illegal for her to get her if it was my week. Plus, she wanted to go to her mother's because that would lift my punishment and let her go to the party. I do think you were so harsh with that. Anyway,
Yes.
her mother came by the end of the week and told Arya that she didn't have to come back if she didn't want to. I waited, but I heard nothing from her again. Her sister kept asking me why she didn't come back, and I didn't know how to explain to her that she didn't love us.
Oh
And that
no.
she preferred staying with her mother, her parties, and her free of rules life. Over the years,
Wow.
we've communicated through lawyers because Sandra has zero intentions on helping me get my daughter back. She finally has her to herself. They've been demanding that I pay for child support even now that she's 21 years old. I have to pay for that, and because she's in school. I have to pay for that and for half of her college expenses by law. When Arya turned 18, an adult, I started adding up everything I had to pay in Excel that I send to Sandra when I update it so she knows what damage she is doing to our daughter. I expect Arya to pay her debt, but I gave Sandra the option to pay for her, and to which she refused. We are now at $18,000. Arya has been trying to get in touch again. I told her that we can't fix the emotional part unless we fix the money part first. She needs to prove to me that she doesn't only care about the money. Sandra says I'm a butthole, but I think she is. Wow, I couldn't talk. Since she has done nothing but try to take my daughter away, and she finally has what she wants. So am I the butthole?
Yes, you are
You are the butthole. You are a
terrible
excuse
father.
of a father.
You said that. Look, he told her that until you fix the money, we can't address the emotional part.
Till you fix
And
the money.
So it's all about money to you.
You talking about about money to her? No, it's about
No,
money
it's
to
about
you.
money to you.
And you said once
you
she turned
did-
18, you started adding it up.
Oh my
Baby,
God,
just because they're 18,
Lord,
they
if Mama ever
they're
did
legal.
that, woo,
They're legal.
Mama owe you everything.
Okay, they are legal. That doesn't mean they're grown. That the parents. And I tell people this all the time. The parenting don't stop just because they turn 18, just because they turn 21, just because they turn 25,
50,
just because they're
60.
34.
Okay,
The parenting does not stop.
no.
It does not stop. Yes, you are the butthole.
Oh
you
my
are a
God.
horrible excuse of a father.
Arya is her name, right?
Yep, you are.
Jesus,
I hope
Arya.
that when she finds somebody, a man, that she does not look for you and the man that she is with, because you were her first point of first love when it comes to a man. You were supposed to show her how a man is supposed to treat her, and supposed to love her, and you show her that she is nothing more than something to be thrown away if she don't follow your rules that you set place, which is stupid. That if she isn't adding tax money to this man's life, and she's worthy of nothing. You are horrible.
And
horrible,
then the fact
horrible.
that I feel like because you're showing more love to and just in that little snippet, you're showing more love to your other child because your other child physically lives with you.
What?
And because Arya did not live with you all, because she chose to live with her mother now, because she wanted to live with her mother, she did not abandon you. She didn't abandon her sister, and she did not. That does not mean that she doesn't. Right? She's right. She's
You like
a child.
a stern I don't want to say the word because you know, but I was gonna say auntie.
Mm-hmm.
But you're very stern, like not. It's overbearing.
That's
Overpowering.
it. You
like,
are very overbearing, and I guess if it isn't your way, then there is no way. But you really
that makes your child
now
resent you.
Just imagine how her sister
Nursing
like,
home.
oh, well, okay.
Put
Her
you in a
sister
nursing
probably
home.
like her sister's probably like, oh, well, when they get older, you didn't love us. Dad said,
Yeah.
I mean, you ruined their relationship. For what?
Yeah, nursing home.
$18,000, and because you felt like she abandoned a child, abandoned you.
No, you abandoned.
Did
your
you get this
child.
from a Lifetime movie?
Okay, good.
You had to, because I don't believe this.
I'm on to you.
I don't believe this. This is a crock of BS. I do not believe
I'm
it.
on-
You're
I'm
lying.
on to you.
Okay.
Next story.
You're
I don't
lying.
waste no time. I'm on to you.
Lifetime.
Good plot. Good
What
plot.
you tell me, James? Okay. Okay.
Writing them own stories. I'm on to you. Okay.
You
Good. Next story.
Okay.
And my little butthole for asking my sister to get over the fact that I proposed to my girlfriend at her wedding. My sister got married 5 years ago. Her husband's parents were quite rich.
And I was about to say quite what? Quite rich.
It's just tell me, I don't know what's going on.
No, it's not.
We're quite rich. And they paid for a destination wedding for 5 days. They even paid for the flights and the stay for all the immediate family members. Back then, that was hugely romantic, and it felt like a fairy tale. All that we are doing much better financially now. Back then, I was sure that I would never be able to do something like this. I didn't plan to do this, but I was caught up in the moment and asked my girlfriend to marry me. She said yes, but we did not say anything to anyone. I did not want to step on any toes. A few months later, I bought an engagement ring, and we told everyone that I had proposed after a romantic meal at home, and that was that. A few months ago, we went on a vacation to the same place my sister got married. It was his sister, her husband, her 2 kids, plus him and his wife. We were getting drunk, having fun, when my wife told them that I had proposed to her outside this very restaurant all those years ago. My sister was pissed and she stormed out. My wife feels guilty for letting the cat out the bag. My brother-in-law also feels that it was cheap of me to use his parents' money for a proposal. It has been weeks and my sister is still cold towards us. I told her that it happened years ago and just to let it go. She said that she is hurt and that was supposed to be her fabulous wedding. She says that the place and time is memorable to us as the place we agreed to get married, and it will never be remembered as the place she got married. She was very mad that I hurt her feelings, and now I'm just asking her to let it go. It happened years ago. We never told anyone. Is this a big deal as everyone is making it out to be? Am I the butthole for proposing all those years ago?
No.
I got kids. How
This is
old is your sister? Is she 12? Because
is this hold on, wait, so he did it out.
he proposed to his girlfriend outside of a restaurant.
Right.
Didn't tell
I
nobody.
thought that he was saying that he did it like at her
At
wedding.
wedding.
No.
Didn't tell nobody, and then waited till they got home and bought engagement and told everybody that they did it at home. So, in the moment, I get it. You know,
I
when
get
love
it
is
too.
love.
They
you
did not disrespect
No.
his
And you
sister
mad?
or his brother-in-law. Sorry,
You
because
mad?
they literally, some people do it at the wedding reception.
Some people
or-
steal your ideas. I got a story for you. Boom. All right.
Okay,
So-
wait, because I know exactly what you're gonna say. Let me finish. Cause yes, you're right. You do got a story. Okay, but he did it. That made me mad. What
8
happened? We
minutes.
got 8 minutes. Okay, but no, sweetie, you're not the butthole.
No,
you're not the
that's just
butthole.
childish.
You're very much childish.
And your brother-in-law can kick rocks.
Okay, so like you took advantage of what my parents paid for.
Right.
Oh my God!
Did
y'all
y'all
think
engagement ring?
these stories right here? Y'all think so highly of yourself. Let me know when the book comes out, cause I let me know where I can find the book, cause I know y'all got these, except for the last one, sweetheart. I believe yours.
Yeah.
But the other, y'all got this from some books. Lifetime movie. I'm not stupid.
I don't want to, y'all.
Go ahead with this story.
Okay, so when me and my husband met, we met in 2009, okay? We got together in June 22nd, 2009. And so we was talking, you know, we have in our hometown, we have this Christmas time, they do this big old tree lighting ceremony. And it's a huge tree downtown Greensboro is super nice. Well, it used to be because I haven't been out there in a long time.
Me neither.
It used to be super nice when it comes to Christmas time. They decorate the whole downtown. It is beautiful. And I told my husband, who was my boyfriend at the time, I was like, yeah, what a great way to get, engaged. Oh, this is beautiful. All right. So, December, we're all downtown. Was you here, Natalie?
No. I think, was I here? When was this, 2009?
Yeah,
'cause I didn't go
where
to.
were you?
I don't know, because I didn't go to. I was probably at work, probably, because I didn't go to
probably
Texas
was.
until January 2010.
Yeah. So, it's me, Chelsea,
I
Jody,
was down here because I remember when you called me. Said this.
the kids, and Sharika, my older sister Sharika, and her boyfriend at the time. And we're all walking downtown. It's beautiful. And Sharika's boyfriend at the time, we turn around. Oh my God! And we all turn around, and he's on his knees, and he's asking my sister for her hand in marriage. And we all looking like, oh, okay. So, I noticed how my husband was looking. He was looking like, wait a minute. And I didn't think nothing of it. So,
It's not up there.
we had got back home, and congratulating Sharika and her boyfriend at the time. We got back home, and I was like asking Joe, like, what do you think about that? He was like, it's cool, that was good. And I was like, all right. So probably a week or two later, I got proposed to, and Jody he said, I'm almost here. He was coming from Winston, and it was snowing. I mean, it was a bad snowstorm. So even when he was coming from Winston, he was like, I'm almost here. And I said, okay. And so I opened the door. He's like, can you have me a drink ready? I said, okay. And back then, it was E&J. So I had him E&J ready, and he knocked on the door, and I opened the door, and he has the ring. And
No.
What?
No. Is
He
this
did.
no? Cause Jody knocked on the door.
Yeah.
And I answered the door. And I said, cause it was snowing, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, and I said, Cole, Jody, someone's outside for you.
Yeah, but either way, he still had the ring.
So but when you went to the door, what did you do, Cole?
I closed the door. See? Yeah, but he still had that ring and that artificial blue flower.
I remember.
Artificial, meaning not real. And I closed the door. And they're like, you better open that door.
Okay.
You better open that door. You better open that door. So he was like, what do you say? So anyway,
Oh
that was my him proposing to me was that. But he had said that on his way here, he said he ran off in a ditch. He almost died, and he was like, he just wanted to ask me then there. So then a couple months later, he told me, because we was planning this wedding, we was gonna get married in June because that was our first year anniversary. And then in February, we was already living together. I never forget it was snowing. He said, do you want to go ahead and get married? We already living together. Might as well went down to Justice of the Peace, February 12th, 2010. So a couple months later, Johan tells me that I was talking about Sharika and her boyfriend at the time, they're proposing. He was like, man, he was so mad. I was like, why you mad? He was like, because he took my idea. He was like, I told this dude how I wanted to propose to you. And he took my idea and proposed to Sharika like that first. And ever since then, I didn't like this dude.
Okay.
Like, I was like, because that was the dream way I want. This is why sometimes you have to, okay, I'll do when I get home. This is why sometimes you have to, before you, be quiet. Don't speak on what you want to do before you do it, because somebody somewhere is listening to your ideas. Could take your ideas. Nothing this man did took my husband's idea, and they unfortunately they did not get married. We did, and here we are 12 years later, and that's neither here nor there. But that was, to me, he was the butthole in that situation because you stole somebody's idea.
Yes, you did.
The brother in this situation was not the butthole because, like I said, no one, he did it. They did it And it didn't take away. Nobody in the wedding knew that he proposed to his girlfriend, or his wife, but his then girlfriend. Nobody knew that. Nobody knew that this happened, because he did it quietly, and they didn't celebrate until months later. Like, man, it's okay.
Sorry.
It's okay to sit here and they can be happy. It's so many places in the world, and we all have our memories for one way or the other. Like, one place could hold good memories for me and hold bad
like
memories
songs.
for something else. For somebody else.
Just like
For two
songs you
totally
listen
different
to.
reasons. Yeah.
Certain songs you listen to, it may be, reminds you of, like, the point of it all.
Yeah.
Anthony Hamilton. Come on, Anthony. That holds a special place in your heart.
Mm-hmm.
And for me, I love it for, but not the reason you love it for.
Mm-hmm.
Because, that's your song. Me, I'm going to. I always say I don't care how I get proposed to.
Mm-hmm.
It's just that, how long we got?
I mean,
Okay. It's just that you have to ask my mother,
mm-hmm.
because that's my only living parent. And I take it very serious. But if anyone knows me, the only one that knows this is Nicole and Brandon. I planned my wedding at 14. I planned it.
Too much.
And then when I thought I was gonna get married to B, I'm talking about down the line planned it, y'all. Like I was like, oh well, I already had it in my head. My wedding party was going to be fly in some custom made sneakers, because we're not doing no heels. We was gonna have a little dance thing, just me and my sisters. Planned it. I knew what song. Man, we ain't gonna talk about the song. Man, we ain't gonna talk about the song, man. Girl, that picture, man, we ain't gonna talk about the song. Don't do that, man. Man, that's my song. But somebody else had to plan it their wedding when I went to it, and I was just so flabbergasted. Anyways, what y'all think? Were there some buttholes in there? Were there some buttholes in this?
Yeah, he was the bug when he stole Jody's idea.
You still think about that? That's why you quiet. Yeah, he was.
But the brother, you're a great brother, and your sister, she needs to get over it.
Please do.
And stop it. You're gonna ruin your relationship with your brother over something that is so small.
Very trivial.
It's ridiculous. Brother love,
especially at this time. I don't know. Because we was talking yesterday, when Nicole, Chelsea, and Jody was over here. We were just talking, and I don't know. They were saying something. I was like, I don't understand how. I don't hate my family. And Chelsea was like, I know we love hard, and we love. So sometimes it can be too hard, I think, and it's not like it's like you want the best for them.
Yeah.
And you don't want to be pushing. You don't want to seem like you're crowding them. That's it. Mm-hmm. Especially when something happens, you're constantly asking, "You okay? Mm-hmm. Is there anything you want to talk about?" And then you're constantly asking it, and it's not I guess because in that moment of whatever had happened, you think about the what if they were saying thing, what if this happened, that and the third. So you don't want to crowd them. So I actually asked my niece, just I was like, "Did we crowd you?" Yes, yes.
Sorry.
Yes, yes, Natalie. Yes.
Maybe sorry a little bit.
Yeah, because I was like, well, that wasn't the intention. I was like, but of course we have an open door policy in this family. If you ever want to talk, just come. It don't matter. Because we don't know. We can't fix what we don't know is broken.
Yes.
So, yeah.
Alright, guys. So, we hope y'all enjoyed this video. We hope that you guys would like, share, comment, and subscribe. And hit your notification bell.
Right there.
So you can be notified when your favorite twins drop a new video.
I know. It's going to be an amazing weekend, y'all.
It is.
We're going to have such a great weekend.
It's my anniversary.
Yes, it's our anniversary.
Do you know what today is? It's our anniversary. Mm-hmm. And I took off 2 extra days on work, so I don't go back to work till Thursday.
Wow, gosh. And then Troy has a birthday coming up on the 9th.
Okay, that was ugly. We hope that you guys will enjoy the rest of y'all week. Knock it out. Don't let nobody take away your joy, because if they didn't give it to you, they can't take it away.
Say it again, sis.
All right, and we will see you Lord, we will see you all for Motivational Monday. Till next time.